Hi again, folks. Welcome to Community Generated. This is the video on the channel that takes requests for your videos, or video requests. And here's the clip. All right, shout out goes to Chewy. He goes, Waynesy, video idea for you. Best turnaround season for Sabres from a bad year. Enjoy your day, my friend. Thanks, Chewy. I will send the same sentiments back to you. Yeah, I told you, and when I followed up, for me, it's an easy answer. 1975, Chewy. You know, we went from, what was it, 2 games under 500 season to 33 games over, you know? I'll get you the exact numbers, guys. We were 76. Anyway, let me just go back to the, what do you call it, guys? Yeah, the 75 Sabres, actually, I recall as a kid, were a big surprise. And I was already a Buffalo fan, so I was very surprised just how good they were in 75. Because 74, they missed the playoffs. And after a promising, you might recall, promising 72-73 run, right? Where they pushed Montreal run. They pushed Montreal to 6 games, though, which was unheard of because they won in the form for the first time in their history. There was a lot of firsts that year. Let me check 73-74. I believe we were 2 games under, right? Yeah, 32, 34, and 12, 76-point season. And we were 5th in the division in the East. And then in 74, 75, which of course they make it very hard, NHL.com, although I appreciate they have all this history. We were 1st place in the Prince of Wales division. So they restructured the divisions. The league went to 80 games. And the Sabres the next year went to 49, 16, and 15, tied for 1st overall within 1 year. So that, for me, has to be the biggest turnaround. We were plus 114 goals for that year. Plus 114 the year before, we were a -8. You know what I mean? So we went from 9-24-6 on the road to 21-10-9. You know, we were a good home team, though. Even the year before, in 73-74, the Sabres were 23-10 at home. It's not bad. You know, it's just on the road, we were 9-24-6. You know, it was just a year they couldn't get it going. And the year before, they were excellent at home. In 72-73, you might recall. So, yeah, that for me was the biggest turnaround. But I did want to check something, because I'm going to give props to the 06 Sabres, because I want to see what they were in 03-04. I know we finished strong, but we were crap that year. Yeah, we still finished over 500, okay. 85 points, all right, okay. And then we had the poker season, you know, there was the lockout. And then we had the 52-win season in 05-06. So we went from that year, we went from 85 points, if you want to count it. I guess it's fair to count it because there was no hockey, to 110. So, you know, that also was the big, you know. So the 06 and the 75 Sabres have to come forefront on this. I would give props also to the Buffalo Sabres in 1980, 110 points. The year before we finished, I believe it was 89. I know it was only 21-point difference. I believe it was 89. I got to check. In 78, 79. But, you know, God, I'm blind without my glasses, folks. But it was the way the Sabres were playing under Scotty Bowman. You know, like they were so good defensively, so good. 78, 79, the Sabres were... oh, they were 8 games over, my bad. All right, so they were 88 points, 36, 28, and 16. And the next year, 47, 17, and 16. That I remember because it's one of my favorite years. And the next year, we cut the goals down by 62 goals against the next year. And we scored like, how many more? 40 more? It just it was an incredible turnaround, I thought. Because it looked like that, the not just the French Connection thing, because they did break up the French Connection before 79-80. But it was just the Sabres felt like it was slipping away. You know, the great era was slipping away, and we still had a lot of life left in it when Bowman took over because they were 2nd overall the next year. So Yeah, I would say the biggest turnaround absolutely was 75 from 74. You know, I'm going to say it because I believe it. I believe that something like that could happen with this team here. But we got to make the right decisions, okay? We got to start making the right decisions, folks. I don't believe putting Kyle Okposo was the right decision as our captain. I wasn't against it. I wasn't hating on it. A lot of Sabres fans were happy with it. I wanted Alex Tuch, okay? I wanted Alex Tuch because I just believe on the ice, he's a lot more impactful. Off the ice, maybe Kyle Okposo was. Maybe he was. But, you know, I think Alex Tuch has that aura about him also off the ice. Like his interviews, he's such a leader. I just think next year that we got to look at this. And I don't want to re-sign Kyle Okposo for next year, folks. I think it'd be a mistake. I think it's a step backwards. Gergensons, it's time to say goodbye to the old and yes to the new. It really is. You know, it's time to put faith into the youngsters and start opening up roster spots for more kids to make this team and keep this team young as this team develops. I don't believe in having 34, 35-year-olds if we're not in the playoffs. And you can acquire those guys late in the year, you know. So I don't know, you know. I might get some people pouting about that. Doesn't, you know. I think I'm right, so I'm going to say it. You know, it's just the way I am on this channel, guys. I really believe that if we would, you know, really put the better interests of the team and not do the PR thing too much. I don't want to do the PR thing because that to me is a mistake in the long run. You only hurt the team by doing that. You know, stop. I think Granato has to stop with giving love for everybody all the time. It happens too often with our team. And I think right now, we're in an era right now, guys, that we can win again. And we better jump on that train. Or we're going, you know, this could backfire, really. So this is really about winning and losing, this video, right? I guess that's why I'm jumping on that and thinking. It's, you know, we had the right squad in 75 looking back to make that happen. We had a good young organization that was on the rise, that was on the right track, and you know, and you had Punch Imlach leading it properly. You know, and this is going to be heavy shoes for Kevin Adams to fill, as certain GMs in our history. You know, if you look at just our coaches, and it's going to be hard, but at the same time, it's doable because every team, at one point or another, guys, becomes either good or bad in the future, right? They try to, you go to the draft, you try to build your team, and guys, there's one thing I like about our team: we're trying to build through the draft. Okay, this is really important. It's important, of course, to get acquisitions, of course, but the majority of the Buffalo Sabres right now are built through the draft, and that's really important, really important. So I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to blab too much, guys. I don't want to keep these videos too long today. That's my thoughts on that, Chewy. The 1975 Sabres, for me, get the nod there. All right? I'll see you in the next video, guys.